Hey Rachel, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Um, wanted to get your thoughts, just from you leaving Connecticut and coming to Chicago. Just wanted to get your thoughts on just what this opportunity playing in Chicago has meant for you.
Um, it's been really good. In Connecticut, I wasn't playing very much. It was like sporadic here and there minutes. And then coming to Chicago just brought a lot of opportunity for me. Especially obviously this year because of the injuries and stuff and moving to different positions and all that. So coming from there to here just brought a ton of opportunity that I wasn't expecting. So it was kind of like a blessing in disguise. And I feel like it was hard to be traded, but then I realized like everything does happen for a reason, and this is where I was meant to be.
Carly,
Hey Rachel, how are you?
Carly, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. One quick housekeeping before I get to my question. What are your off-season plans? Are you going to do Athletes Unlimited or go overseas? What are you going to be doing this off-season?
Um, I've been talking to Unrivaled. I'll tell you that.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Um, when you look at this season, you came in, as you said, through a trade last year, and had a different coach last year than this year. What are things that you learned under Tyler that showed that he can be a good head coach moving forward? And what are things that you think that he can work on as he continues in his coaching career?
Yeah, learning wise, like just the communication I had with him was really good. Especially just playing the point guard position. It's really key to like have that connection with your head coach and have those like hard conversations and good ones as well and stuff that I'm seeing and stuff I'm frustrated with and vice versa. So just having that open communication was really good. And I learned a lot from him in that way too, of like different stuff being at the point guard, finding my shot, but also making sure that I'm getting everybody else the ball too, because sometimes that can be really hard to figure out and within the game, and making the right play calls and stuff like that. So that was really great from him, and he's a teacher, so he's just so great about that. He wants to talk through the game, and I really appreciated that. Moving forward, I think just like he's a great communicator, and I think he can even use his voice even more. Like I know I just said like that was a good thing, but even just like there's a lot of power in the stuff that he says, so I think even just using it more, um, continuing to do that and be like that presence in the locker room, and like we all respect him so much in the locker room, so just anything he says, I think just like even more of it, if that makes sense. I don't know how to like describe that right, but um, I think that he this year he probably learned a lot about everything, but about himself, like he can even do more. He has another level to his coaching. So just bringing more.
I do have one other quick follow up. Obviously, there's upwards of 100 some odd players entering free agency, with you being one of them. How impactful will this CBA negotiation be for this free agency that's coming forward? And what are things that you want to see um, get addressed in the CBA outside of just pay for players?
Yeah. I mean, we obviously know the pay is really big. I would say we would like to have, why am I slipping on like my words of it? But um what is it called? Like when you retire and then you still get paid after the fact?
uh,
Am I okay?
Pension benefits.
I'm not old enough.
Pension. Okay, so that, oh my gosh, I didn't get enough sleep last night. Um, yeah, okay, so pension is big. Like that's a big conversation that we're having, and I think would be pretty sick. Um, what else? What was the rest of the question? Sorry, Carly.
No, just what are some things that you're looking for with the CBA? There's been some things that have been brought up outside of salary, like maternity, family planning, housing, expanded rosters as well. Have those Are those things that you would like to see out of this CBA?
Yeah, I think housing is huge as well. Um, I know a big thing is like we want to continue to have our housing to be like legit and then also be paid for. And that's something that might be pushed back against us from the W. But that also depends on like if we're actually gonna get paid big bucks, you know? Um, yeah, I think that's kind of the biggest ones for me that I can really think of. But it's the money. We want the money. I think the roster thing, I don't know if I want expanded rosters, to be honest, like personally. Maybe having like a practice player type vibe. Don't know how that would look. But I don't know if expanded roster is going to make the huge difference. It's hard to say. I know with injuries and stuff, it was hard this year, but 12 people on a roster seems enough to me, especially when you're fighting for minutes. So, yeah.
We'll go to Alyssa.
Hey, Rachel, two questions for you. First one, would you consider coming back to Chicago?
Yes, I would.
Nice, easy. And then like, let's say you're at Unrivaled and you're talking to all the other free agents and they're considering Chicago and they ask you like, why should I come to Chicago? What would you say?
I would say up front, just the people. Um, Jeff, Tyler, great communicators, very honest, really solid human beings. I think it's really nice when you can come to work and you know that you love the people that you're around. And you genuinely get that here. Like I really, even if it was a hard season this year, I loved hanging out with everybody and being around people and I knew that they had my back and I knew they were going to be honest with me. And that's something as an athlete I appreciate so much. I don't want to be sugar-coated. I don't want the fake stuff, you know? So that's really, really big. And then obviously just the growth here is huge, you know? With the practice facility coming, that's just going to be another huge reason. And talking to the ownership, they've had so many conversations with us about really wanting to be better and continuing to step up and do different things for us and to protect us. So I really believe that. So that would be top of the conversation.
Thank you.
Yes.
We'll go to Andy.
Hey, Rachel, hope all's well.
Hi.
So you kind of touched on this in your last answer, talking about the people. When we spoke to Haley earlier, she kind of called you out as one of the people that had a lot of good advice that she learned a lot from. You know, being the one of the veterans on this team for a team that has a lot of young contributors. What has that been like in your tenure here? And what do you think of the young group that this team has?
Yeah, it's been super fun. I love it. I think that's kind of where my career is transitioning to because I want to coach. So I'm trying to use like these last few years of playing too to be a good like mentor and coach to the younger players. So it's been really fun. I mean, when you have such good rookies, just talking about Haley and Maddie right now, they're amazing. They're just sponges. They want to learn. They ask so many questions. They're in the gym. That's like the best type of rookie for a vet. So I appreciate them so much. It's been really, really fun. And then there's Mill and Angel, who's younger. Is that the rest of our young kids?
They're four. Yeah.
Yeah, those four. So it's just been so fun, and it's such an adjustment coming into the W from college and like learning like life, not even just as like a basketball player, but like being a human and like paying bills and stuff. So it's fun to see them kind of learn it because I know how it was like when I was in those positions. So I always tell like old stories and stuff, and I'm sure they're like, this chick is old, but it's fine. So it's been fun. I really enjoy it. We have a good group.
Thank you, Rachel.
You're
We'll go to
welcome.
Kita and then close out with Andrew. One question apiece, please.
Thanks for taking the time, Rachel. Despite the record, you individually have had a really good season. You've played every game this season, started the majority of them. Your minutes have been very up. Your points per game, assists, all that stuff has been up. Can you just talk about your role, what you've developed as sort of that main ball handler role for this guy? And also, can you talk about your thoughts about the future? Do you have any anticipation of being more of a shooting guard going forward, or do you like the ball handling role?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been fun. This season has obviously been hard, but I've had a blast. I mean, like you said, I've gotten to play so much more. And that's what any player wants. I want to be able to get the opportunities to play on the court and do my thing and kind of be loose a little bit. And I feel like Tyler gave me that opportunity a lot to just like be me. So I really enjoyed that. And I think that showed too in kind of the moments that I had. Moving forward, I would like to probably play a little bit more shooting guard, but I'm totally cool with playing the backup one when it's needed. Because I do like having the ball in my hands. It's kind of like that mix. Like I want to play a little bit of both because I feel like I get in a really good rhythm when I have the ball in my hands. Um, but I also want to like fly off of staggers and pin downs and set screens and do all that stuff. So a little mix would be awesome. I don't want to fully play the one. Yeah.
Thank you.
Close out with Andrew.
Thanks as always to this a Golden Gopher, combo guard, and future successful coach, from how you always interacted and how you had the time as an assistant coach at your alma mater last year. The highs for you all this season when you beat the Lynx, when you beat the Liberty, the two title favorites, when you had at least a healthy team after Courtney went down, when you had that lineup and you being in part of that full rotation, is that something where you say to yourself that, hey, if we're fully healthy, we should have this full court and run it back if things work out the way they are in free agency? Do you feel like that's a sentiment that you share?
For sure. No, that's a good point. I think a lot of people saw that too. Like when we were healthy and we had all our bodies, like we looked good. And even when we didn't have Sloot, like can you imagine if we had Sloot too in those moments? Um, but when we were rolling, I feel like you guys could see it. Like when we beat the Lynx during that time, like we were really like rolling for real. And I feel like you could see that. And so that would definitely be something that I could say to other free agents. And I think that they saw it too. Like when I've talked to other players, they're like, y'all are playing good. Like you guys are dangerous. Like we weren't a team that they were just like, oh, like we know we're gonna win. They're like, hey, we gotta like be serious because this team can beat anybody. Um, so that's always good to use and to realize too, even though like there's so many losses that you gotta remember those moments too for the future.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Appreciate it, Rachel. Thank you so much. Oh, the Vikings.
I had you muted that entire time.
Oh.